So I think in terms of what we've heard today from the King's speech, it's disappointing but not unsurprising. The focus is just so wrong, it appears. We're talking about more North Sea oil and gas licenses being granted at a time when we know there is a climate crisis and we know investment should be in renewable energy. We're seeing nothing substantive around the climate and ecology crisis that we're facing. We're seeing nothing around a reaction to the State of Nature report that was so devastating just a month ago. So the rhetoric coming out from the DEFRA agencies at the moment and from the minister is one of no encouragement for nature recovery, all the talk, but there's nothing there about species reintroductions. We're in this weird stasis at the moment where people are wanting to go ahead with introductions and want a framework to work to. But we've got a minister and a government that doesn't even seem to care about having clean water and clean air, let alone what we're going to do about restoring nature. We are woefully lacking the ambition around the green agenda in the country at the moment and not understanding the fundamental impact that can have on quality of life and on many of the big issues we're facing. So once again, we're in this really damaging polarization of green issues as being anti-growth, when actually they can be anything but. And when we come to talk about nutrient neutrality and some of the schemes that are affecting house building and development in Kent in particular, the solutions actually will have a massive environmental benefit as well as allowing sustainable growth. So it's a misnomer. It's divisive. It's wrong-headed. It's done out of political dogma to try and create a conflict and a polarization that just doesn't exist. And I think that's where it's so damaging. So if we take it to a county level, our focus over the next actually 3 years is going to be developing the local nature recovery strategies for each county. And in Kent, that requires a strong species element, something that we're championing. So we want to see a species reintroduction strategy for the UK, for England, and we should be seeing that. That being kicked down the road is deeply harmful. We need to see workable nature-based solutions around things like nutrient neutrality schemes that actually can deliver effectively on housing quotas and on the same time deliver for the environment. And we need to just see a greater sense of ambition in addressing these things. There is no ambition, let alone strategy, from government at the moment around this. And we're just in this situation of seeing things get worse and worse and worse, when actually we know that there are economical, ecologically sound solutions to climate and environment crisis actually address all of these things. It's so hard at the moment because obviously people are going to be making judgments around money in their pockets, and we understand that. But the reality is that if you actually do your research, you actually look at the solutions that are out there that can make life better from a quality of life, from an affordability point of view, and how those are linked into sustainable options and sustainable opportunities. Look at that. Think about whether you want clean water to swim in and to have recreation time in, whether you want wildlife in your space and in your world. Think about the solutions. Research the fact that there is this weight of evidence that shows that 30% of our land being managed in a positive way for wildlife will also impact on climate. Think about these things. Do your research. Think about who you vote for. Look at the manifestos. Talk to people like us.